Hello, everyone. Welcome back. After you are hot micing Voodoo. Welcome back to another session of Fractured Shadows, a lovely little game of homebrewed Daggerheart with some online friends. I am your host of the channel, Shade, also known as PlagueDoctorShade. And here with us, as per the usual, is Vixen, Thorn, Statica, and Voodoo. Good to have you back after so many weeks of unable to play the game.
Hello.
Hello, it is Voodoo with no headset mic now.
Yeah, he sounds clear as a bell.
I've been freed of the gamer mic.
The clarity is unreal. Soon enough, the boom will come in and you'll even sound more clear. All right. Well, that introductions aside, couple of things before we begin. As per usual, first and foremost, this is a mature Daggerheart game, as all my tabletops are. This game will include depictions of mature themes such as drug and alcohol use, sexual themes, psychological torments, gore, body horror, potentially much, much more. You have been warned. Please be advised as you continue to watch. And secondly, and certainly not lastly, this game has things that we do not own aside from the sprites that you see on this stream today. So do be aware that we do not own such things such as the music, as it is labeled in the description, and other assets. They are taken from other places. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. But aside from that, if you like everything that you see here, you like Fractured Shadows, Elder Rolls, tabletop content in general, or whatever, blah, 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 please be sure to do me a huge favor by liking, commenting, subscribing, and ringing the bell notification so you never, ever miss an upload. With that being said, my friends, gentlemen, and ladies, are we ready to hop back into this?
I'm very
Let's
ready.
see what shit we get into now.
Considering where we left off, this might be some shit, Vixen.
Yeah.
So,
put
the pause screen on. I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on. So, last we left off several weeks ago, the party had delved further into finding more information about multiple different things, specifically involving the town's history with this cult that attacked Bright Willow Haven some time ago. And after they came back from the library with Marqui suffering from some psychological damage due to a book that was trying to fuck him up via his own memories, and playing on his emotions, the party decided to split up a little bit to look into different avenues of what they were investigating previously. Raylig and Leonin headed off towards the Bright Willow estate, where they met up once again with Lilith Bright Willow, who is the main resident of the town, or rather her family was the main resident of the town, who helped found the town some time ago. And you learned upon the discovery of her family's involvement in the history with Bright Willow that they essentially dealt with the lich that was trapped in the center of the town within a crystal, and that this very crystal housed the lich that saw everything to this very day. Akuji was able to see this firsthand through the historical book that they found within the Manadine archives, within the small section specifically for Bright Willow's history, and noticed that despite the continuous pages, the pages of it were mostly blank, and she ended up seeing a vision from the Lich's perspective itself, including the time of the present, when recent members of this little band of adventurers happen to trousle in front of the Lich, in front of the blacksmith, still trapped in the crystal, still ever watching. When they discovered that Lilith's great-great-great-great-grandfather of sorts was part of the founding of Bright Willow Haven, they also learned that apparently there was allegedly some kind of curse that was placed on her family, that whenever the firstborn of the Bright Willow family was born, the father of the family died soon after. And it is up until recently that the surviving members of the Bright Willow family are both women. Unknown as to what this potential curse might be, and potentially another mystery that they are keen to solve together, the party do meet up once more back in the tavern, with plans of Marqui specifically going to snoop behind and trail Julius Copperbrand, the constable of Bright Willow Haven, the leader of the Bright Willow Watch, as the mysterious ongoings of his nature have been put into question for many different reasons. Thus, they waited and waited and waited until night fell, where Marqui had a very private conversation with Bo, unsure if he was going to return from this scouting mission, giving her most of his money and some of his possessions, and eventually staking out mask over his head, and his bells completely forgone in this little secretive mission. And following behind him, knowing of his plan and not wanting to make herself aware, although very klutzy as she is, Akushi followed Marqui behind, where they both eventually ended up in the Bright Willow Graveyard. Akushi scaled a wall, but unfortunately made some noise, which attracted the attention of Julius, who acted very out of character and pulled out his brass musket, pointing it at her, telling her to come quietly. As Marqui snuck into the other side of the graveyard, unsure as to what Akushi was doing, he was able to witness this only to be grasped from behind with a hand over his mouth as a large figure in armor wearing a full helm tries to silence him and asks him what he was doing there. And this is where we pick up with Marqui and Akushi currently in a interesting situation, to say the least. As I change the music back to something a bit more proper. If it would like to play. So, Marqui, as we ended the session last off with you, we find you in a current sticky situation. You see that Julius has pulled out a very familiar new type of weapon that has been around for only the last decade since the era of innovation started, that being a musket. There have been further improvements as far as you're aware, but this is a very rudimentary, now common firearm. And you have heard his last words, which were to come quietly. And that is when you were grabbed from behind and restrained with a hulking figure behind you, wearing a full helm and full plate armor, donning a maul behind their back and a fur cape. Their armor looks very rustic in design, but very durable and layered, as you can see bits of chainmail going up their sleeves, where some of it is hidden, but most of it does seem to be donned by old plate. And as they grab you, it's very hard to determine exactly who or what they are, as they speak in a Rimian accent. What are you doing here?
So a couple things. Marqui, at this very moment, knows better than to give them anything at all to suggest who he was.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to say a word. However, from our last game,
Mm-hmm.
I remember Murkon and Raylig had created another telepathic connection.
Indeed, you did.
So, with that still in play, Raylig is getting I guess in that mind, he's not actively thinking about himself, but Raylig can very clearly read his mind. And all that Rayleigh can hear is, "Oh shit!"
In a very golden boy tone.
In a very golden boy tone, exactly.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Yeah. So.
All right.
So with that in mind.
Okay. Continue.
Murkon's action. Right away, he's going to do his best to break free from the hold. And he will do this with as much kind of maneuvering as he possibly can.
Okay.
Twist himself out of the grip.
All right, Murkon, go ahead and make me a strength check. As this will be a reaction to this armored knight's difficulty.
It is a -1.
Indeed it is. So let's see it. All right. So as you start to struggle, they get their arms under your at least under your shoulders and essentially slam you into the wall right next to you and put their whole weight into your body as they are now pushing you into the wall and gripping the back of your hands. You are now appropriately restrained. I can get the right... There it is. And you then hear the as something pokes you in the back. Do that again, little thief, and I'll be sure to stick this in a place that will make the breathing much more shallow and painful. So
Murkon, to this moment, doesn't say anything. However, being slammed up against a wall doesn't feel great. So you do hear
I would imagine so. So pause that on that side. On the opposite end, Raylig, what are you doing as of this very moment, being on the other side of town with this telepathic connection with Murkon? What are you doing when you hear him?
I think he's currently sitting in his premium bedroll, which the way that I see it is those anti-anxiety hooded blanket things that kind of low-key look like a straitjacket.
Yeah, they're weighted. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So he's in one of those little pod things.
He looks
and then
like
he just sets up all of a sudden.
You're saying he looks like Aizawa from My Hero right now?
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like he was lying down in his bed, and he just sits up all of a sudden when he hears that. And I guess he'd be in his own room. I don't know if he and Leonin would have been in.
You all have your own separate rooms.
They were in their own rooms. So he would hurry to pull down the hood, and he'd be like, Marcon's in trouble. And he would bounce his way out of his bedroll and quickly roll it up before speed walking over to Leon's door and rapping sharply.
Okay. So, Leonin, you would hear a very, very rapid on your door.
It's like, what?
Your brother's in trouble.
But what's going on this time?
I'm not sure, but he swore more profusely than usual through his telepathic link.
He's already like just out of bed, just like, all right, did he? Is there a way to know what direction he's in?
He'll think back to Marcon. Where are you?
All right. Considering that I will let you use this final action to relay your information to Raylig Mercon, I will go ahead and allow you to do that, but then I will be moving over to Akuji once the dialogue is finished.
Mercon will think about his position, where that he's been kind of placed in, and he will relay back. Graveyard. Kuji fucked me. Robot's bad.
So you hear exactly that in your head, Raylig.
Leonin just sees Rayla go on a face journey. Like, wait, what?
Okay.
Although when he says robot's bad, he's like, oh. I think he was spotted and
Oh, we got fingered. God damn it.
it appears that Akuji is involved too.
Wait, she's there too?
We can
feel the need to
check her room, but
Just feel the need to explain. The group. God damn it! What a shit show.
whatever it is, it appears they're both in trouble. They're at the graveyard.
Just I prefer to go on the logical course and not risk my neck necessarily. We should probably go and back him up.
I think that would be wise. We don't know much more. At the very least, we could see what's happening.
I knew this was a bad idea.
A dangerous one, for sure. He'll, hastily shove his bedroll that's been under his arm into his pack and start to get ready to go.
Yeah, Leo's already just fucking getting his equipment all squared away. It'll give Angel a little tap.
Awesome. Give me 1 second. Alright, calendar didn't save, so I'm going to fuck with that later. We'll ignore that for now, it's not important. Alright, so I can actually put that on the fucking map. Alright, so you guys are essentially going to be rushing out of the inn proper with your equipment. Is that correct?
Yep.
No choice.
All right.
No choice.
Very good, very good. So in that case, I will say for the both of you, this is going to be first and foremost a finesse check to see how quickly you can get yourselves together. And then an agility check to see how fast you will be able to run to the cemetery blind. The agility check will be at disadvantage. So make your finesse check first.
Finesse roll. Oh, was it? It was finesse.
Indeed, it is finesse.
God damn.
Damn, really good shit.
All right, that's a critical from Raylig.
Would I be able to use this feat here, or my experience here?
Let's see.
That finesse check.
His body and gear in lean condition as a result. He weighs less, but has lesser physical resistance. Is balanced by his training and theatrical theatrically. I'll say yes. I'll say that this is usable because featherweight would be you carry light and you're also very quick to get going if need be.
Flag. All right, just to review.
So go ahead and add that +2. Very nice. So Raylig, it's unsure if it's fear or courage, considering you are fighting for someone other than yourself once again. But you lock the fuck in and you get what you need that is appropriate for possibly combat scenario. And you are pretty much out the door before Leonin is, but Leonin is right behind you as he puts on his clothes, gets his equipment, and very quickly slides down the railing. Raylig, because you rolled a critical, the disadvantage of the agility check. Oh, I believe it's agility. Yes, the disadvantage of the agility check will not fall on you. However, it will fall on Leonin.
All right, so this agility check is to go fast.
This agility check is essentially to see if you can get to the graveyard, which you haven't been to yet, in a certain amount of time. Because you guys are essentially going to be sprinting there. But yeah, go ahead and roll those agility checks for me. Leonin, you have disadvantage.
Let me just check something.
I must also ask, is Angel coming with you?
Yes.
Okay. In this case, whatever Angel's passive is, I will allow you to use that for your sake, as while Murkon didn't leave a trail behind, Akuji did.
All right. Wouldn't his passive be the same as Leo's?
I'm talking about whatever experience Angel has.
Oh,
The tracker.
okay. Take a look. See, I think his are mostly charisma based, but I can check.
But Rayla, go ahead and make your agility check for me.
Okay. Would he be able to add his this experience?
Let me see. It's been over 50 years since some learnings from the time has stuck with him. Yeah, sure. Considering that you're trying to retrace the steps of people, and one of them has left the trail behind, you certainly can use that.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. I also forgot to reduce the rolling window. But it's not a big deal.
I'm ready to roll.
Make your agility check with disadvantage, please. That is a 12. So, in this case...
With a hope.
In this case, Raylig, you would essentially follow the same exact path Akuji took, noticing the disturbances that she has personally made along the way as you rush out the door. And you're not as physically fit as you once were. So that's going to essentially come into play here. And you basically are going to take about 3 quote-unquote rounds in order to reach the cemetery, because you're able to pick up on her trail pretty easily, which is not that bad. Leonin, you start to go the wrong way before you are pulled by Angel's mouth, tugging you in the right way as he starts to follow behind Raylig, picking up on Akuji's scent. And essentially, you're both going to get there within 3 rounds. You go with that? So, countdown. Time of party arrival.
So cool that you can do that.
Yes. Custom. Decreasing. I will have visual on this. All right. So, with that being said, what's this do? Yes. So, this is the first time I'm using this, so bear with me. Okay, so that is, I believe it just, okay, cool. So, the way that this is going to work is I'm actually going to pop it out so everyone can actually see it. If I can. I don't think I can. Awesome. So on the top right corner of your screen, you'll see a little countdown meter. That is essentially going to be the time at which the rest of the party will arrive, which you guys will essentially be starting over by the entrance to the gate around this area. But we are going to start with Akuji, and then once Murkon's turn is done, I will decrease the countdown timer. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Can I move this? That's fine. I cannot. It's whatever. Anyway, it'll be in the corner for now. So, we will start the encounter. And this is technically a boss. So, you're getting boss music.
Ooh.
All right. So, starting the encounter, Akuji.
Hello. I don't know that Murkon is here. No, sorry, I do know he's here.
You know he's here. You don't know he's being restrained because he's literally being kept quiet, and he is being quiet on purpose. So, with this in mind, Julius is pointing a gun at you. I would say with your basic knowledge, you do know what this is. as you have when you have gone around the towns before you ended up in the one you were arrested in. You have seen people carrying them and using them in practice. This is a weapon.
Okay. Yeah. Very bad.
Indeed,
Okay.
it is.
Not wanting to immediately like attack him. She's gonna want to try and cast her illusion to make it seem like she's going one way, but in reality she's going another. Could I use that for the roll as well?
Let
My
me see.
runic enhancement. Even though it's not
Sure.
necessarily a... Sorry?
I'm just double checking real quick what that does. Runic enhancement.
Yeah, it's... The illusion isn't damaging, but...
Okay. I would say that emotions are pretty high right now, as you are...
Yeah.
I would say maybe she's feeling a bit betrayed, so I'll allow it. Sure.
Cool. Yeah, so she is going... I'm... buttons. Wrong ones.
It's okay, I
am
know the
wanting-
feeling.
I'm wanting to cast my minor illusion. If I can actually... Can I not just straight post it to the chat first? Guess
You
I
should be
can't.
able to.
Oh. There we
you go.
go.
Awesome. Make spellcast roll on a success. You create a minor visual illusion no larger than yourself within close range. This illusion is convincing anyone at close range or farther. So you can, but I would like to know, what are you doing exactly?
So she's going to
with this?
make like a copy of herself
Mhm.
and make it go. She's going to make it charge at him when she's actually going this way, like ducking down, knowing that he's got the gun or
Okay.
the musket.
All
Try
right.
and give herself a chance at trying to get the fuck out.
Sure thing. Sure. Go ahead and cast your minor illusion. And give yourself that additional +2 with your ruins.
Okay. Hopefully I did this correct.
We shall see. We're getting used to Daggerheart again. It's all good.
Oh, here we go. Can I roll, please? There we go. Did I do
There
it
we
right?
go. All right, that is a 17 with fear.
Oh,
So
boy.
you cast your minor illusion, and you're running in this direction, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and run in that direction. So you do end up casting your minor illusion, and it does and starts to run in an attacking aggressive motion, looking very similar to you. And with the fear roll, without hesitation, Julius fires at it. So if this hits you, you will be allowed to use a free armor slot because it was a partial success.
Okay. Excuse me.
So that's a 19.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll use an armor slot.
All right. You take 9 damage as he very quickly brings it out, is still aiming at you, and just as the bullet grazes your shoulder, ripping through the minor illusion completely and slamming into the wall. And you can still see, with the impact, the stone actually cracks a bit as you dash over here. Murkon, as you're being restrained, you see the flash of the musket go off, and more so the sound as it echoes in the graveyard. Akuji, is there anything else you would like to do?
While he's somewhat distracted, is she able to try and climb over this wall
You can
to
certainly
hide on the
do
other
that.
side?
You can certainly try with the
Okay.
appropriate agility check.
Okay.
Let me double check. Yeah, no, that's a leap. All right. So,
Fear again.
so you are able to get over the wall. I actually have something for this.
Oh.
Give me one moment to pull it up. It has been a while since I've used this, except recently.
That music is fire.
Thank you, Yoko Taro, for making Nier Replicant.
Indeed.
As
Thank you, Yoko. Please watch our stream.
as Statica gets fucking war flashbacks from this boss.
It actually
trying-
plays in like the
Hmm?
cutscene at the beginning of the time skip where you first see old Nier.
Yeah.
AKA one of the most badass cutscenes in a Square Enix game ever.
Oh man, did they fuck up my entire goddamn? Where are my favorites at? Fuck. Hold on. Oh, it still is in my favorites. Awesome. As you would hear the metallic echo, now that I can put actual vocal effects since I'm doing this with voice mods, you hear the metallic-y robotic voice as you are able to scale the wall, which I will move you.
Yay.
You are able to scale the wall on your side, and you just hear from the other side,
Running is not advisable, Akuji. Please turn yourself in, or you will die.
Excuse me.
No.
no.
You'll never take me alive.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
All right, coward. So with that failure,
Oh.
Julius you will hear the as he reloads, and he is going to aim at the wall and shoot at you with disadvantage because he can't quite see you. However, he does have you targeted.
Oh.
One of those was almost a critical, mind you.
Oh. What was it?
So you actually, what would have been a 20 turns into a 15. Does that hit?
Yeah.
All right. Because you are behind a wall, that doesn't really help as much as you can immediately feel some sort of heat on you, as you just hear, as you feel the wall you are behind crack as the bullet hits you, but there is some resistance, so it doesn't go as deep. You would take 6 damage.
Ooh, ouchie.
As you are nailed in the side by the bullet.
Ow.
So if you want to move a little bit more, you can, but you now do see that Murkon is being restrained. I would say you'll be able to get about here.
Okay. Yeah, she probably won't go that far. She'll probably run to about here because she will see Murkon. And She will. Oh, it's a very close. Fuck, I can't. Close range. God damn it! All my stuff is very close range. No, I will leave it at that for now.
Okay. All right then. Mercon, you are. Where's combat? Up.
I have a plan.
You are currently restrained, just as a reminder.
Yes, so I am restrained. I cannot move. However, by Daggerheart rules, restrained doesn't stop my actions
Nope.
in that space. So I can still do my actions.
Indeed.
So, with himself pinned to the wall, he still kind of has the ability to, like, move his arm. And Mercon, he knows what he was doing here, for the most part. He knows, you know, how to weasel himself out of the way. He's not strong in the slightest, but he's a very agile, squirmy person.
Mm-hmm.
So, with one of his hands, he is going to get as much of an advantage as he can, closes his eyes, puts his head up against the wall, and from behind him, he uncorks Blinding Orb.
Okay. So I'm assuming in this case that would be like on Mercon's belt.
Yeah, well, his bag is in reach of his belt. Yes.
Okay.
So-
All right. Sure.
Yeah. So he can
very
still
slippery.
activate this.
All right. So within this
I
become
just
vulnerable
gotta
until they mark the
click-
HP.
Just gotta click this.
So you can activate the orb to create a flash of bright light. All targets within close range become vulnerable until they mark HP.
Yes.
Which would
So-
include you. Just as
Does
a
it?
reminder, because you are within close range. This is supposed to essentially act as a flashbang, and because you are pulling the pin on yourself, it would
Okay.
also affect you.
Well, that's fine because I'm not doing anything to really get myself targeted yet. Because with that, yes, that is true. So I will, with that moment of sending it off, I'm going to use this attempt to use the wall and maneuver myself out of this man's grasp. So, not using strength, he's not trying to like push him away, but he is going to use the wall to leverage himself and twist himself out of his grasp.
Okay. So you are both vulnerable. All right. Go ahead and have to double check restrained because I'm a dum. It's been a long time. Not restrained, vulnerable.
So it essentially means any rolls targeting something are made with advantage. So I get advantage against him to break this restrained if that's
Okay. That is a.
That being said, he himself would also
get advantage.
until
Yeah.
I take a mark of HP.
Well, in this case, it's interesting because it's more so based off of their difficulty. So I'd say, yeah, just go ahead and roll your advantage.
Sweet. And just for clarity, he'd be using his agility in this case, since he's not trying to force him or push him.
Yeah, you're trying to slip out.
Yes.
Unfortunately, with the sudden flash, the grip on your arms gets that much tighter, and you would feel yourself get pushed further up into the wall, as you are still restrained, to the wall. You would feel your hands start to bend backwards so they no longer can reach your belt. So you will no longer be able to access any of your gadgets to get out of this restrained. That will be the additional modifier for the unfortunate failure. Difficulty is a little higher. I do apologize.
All right, that is all I can do then. I have nothing else feat wise.
All right. With that in mind, I am going to spend a fear to stab you with the dagger that they have still pointed at your essentially your rib cage. So that'll be a strain. So I'll get it. You're also vulnerable, so that gets advantage. So does a 28 to hit.
It does not. No, I'm kidding. It does.
Imagine. All right.
Insane.
And because you are very close and vulnerable, I do believe, forget how that works damage-wise. This is why I have to have the book pulled up.
A vulnerable doesn't change anything except just the roll. For
Okay.
targeting.
All right.
These are very, very, like, very little comes from these conditions, unfortunately.
I have noticed that, but I always have to double check just to be sure.
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
All right. Okay, so that's literally it. Cool. All right. So in that case, the restraint would have already given the advantage, but this definitely ensures it. So you will take the following damage. Uh, 10 as the dagger punctures your armor and slips into between your ribs.
You know what? I think I am gonna have him use my armor slot for that.
Okay. If that is the case, I believe you would only take. You would take no damage then, if that's the case.
I would take no damage. However, I am still vulnerable.
Indeed, you are still vulnerable.
Does not feel good, but I am not taking damage.
So instead of it going through to pierce your between your ribs, the bit of leather that is holding it off aids in this effect, and they grunt behind the helmet. Didn't realize you wanted to die so easily. And they're trying to shake their head as if they're still shaking away the blinding flash that has left them a bit disoriented. All right. So, top of the round, it will be Akuji's turn again, and the timer will tick down. As Leonin and Raylig, you start to rush, struggling to get past some barricades and trying to find the appropriate scent. You then hear the sound of a gunshot ringing across the town square that echoes. And then another one soon after, and you begin to follow the noise. Akuji.
Hello.
You are up.
She is going to see that Marqui is pinned to the wall and pinned against the wall by the armored knight. She is going to what's my movement?
Movement is based off of the loosey-goosey rules as per Daggerheart. Do keep in mind that if you decide to go quote-unquote far, which is dictated by the measurement, I do believe I have far as to 60 feet, that will take 2 of your actions that are, again, also up in the air. You technically have 3, but depending on the moment, I will give you more or less.
Okay. Yeah, so she's going to charge at the knight about to here, and then attempt to try and tackle him off with the fear force that she's using. She's using everything. She's using all fours and trying to lunge and bite and grip with anything and everything she can to try and physically rip this knight off of Marqui.
Okay. So in this case, are you just trying to shove them off, or are you also attacking them?
She's not necessarily trying to attack him at this point. She's literally just getting a grip with her paws and claws and teeth at the same time to get a good grip to yank them off or tackle them off. She's not necessarily going for any skin or anything right now.
All right, so go ahead and make a strength check with advantage, as they are currently vulnerable.
Yay!
All right, so you do happen to knock them. Well, actually, let me double check real quick.
Oh, no.
I have to make sure. Actually, no. Unfortunately, Akuji, as you muster all your might sprinting on all fours to tackle this armored individual off of Marqui, you would meet the equivalent of a steel wall as the helmed head quickly turns in your direction and braces, and you essentially create a small shockwave as a large object meets a large immovable force, and you swear you can hear as the armor dents slightly underneath your weight. But unfortunately, this individual, this very large individual that towers over both you and Marqui, remains stalwart. Is there anything else you would like to do? I will allow you one more action.
Where's my elements again? Where do I see the elements that I chose again?
They should be on your sheet for reference. Elementalist, I believe. It's in your subclass, Elemental Origin, on your sheet.
Oh,
which is at the bottom in the main features.
Yeah. Just trying to see the actual description. Oh, there it is. If it can stay up. So I don't remember what elements I chose.
They are in the subclass.
Light.
So
yeah.
You are currently at tier 2.
Yeah, because I have air and static, I believe, at the moment.
Yeah, you have air and lightning, correct.
Yeah. She is going to... she's going to grab hold of him again, but this time, knowing that he's plated in metal... This is probably going to go very bad, but she's desperate. She's going to use her lightning to try and, like, jolt him, to stun him.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he's holding on to Marqui, but...
Mm-hmm.
Could I also use my runic enhancement for that as well?
So this will be an attack roll, correct?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and let me double check your thing. Go ahead and post Elementalist for me as well. So choose one of the following, which will be Lightning, as we discussed. You can shape this help into a harmless effect. Additionally, spend a hope to describe how you control this element to help as an action you're about to make. Then either gain a +2 to the roll or a +3 bonus to the roll's damage. So you are trying to statically jolt this person because they are wearing armor.
Yeah, so much so to kind of like get them to stun.
All right. So if that's the case, this will be a bonus to roll, which I will actually check on this side. Yeah, so that'll be an additional hope to use that. So go ahead and roll that with your main attack, which should be your improved your improved hand runes. That's where your magic comes from.
Oh.
But go ahead and do bonus to roll. Click that.
Bonus to hold on, I have the fucking hand runes. There we go. Bonus to roll where
It's on Elementalist.
Yeah. Forgot I have to target the knight.
Yes, you do. Targeting is very important in this module for Daggerheart.
So Elementalist. Oop. Bonus to roll.
Mm-hmm.
That uses a hope, you said, correct?
Yes, if you click bonus to roll on Elementalist, it should have the hope.
Yeah.
All right.
And then my hand runes.
And it should be applied automatically.
Okay. God damn
and
it.
that is very unfortunate. As man, that sucks. So that would be a bonus to oof. Double checking here. Yeah, that doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Damn.
But I am also going to say roll damage, please.
Roll damage? Oh, okay.
So, I'm gonna
Sorry,
check.
Marqui.
I'm gonna check. So this is going to be direct damage, Murkon, as Akuji tries to. This means you can't use armor slots for this, just for.
Yeah.
Okay. So Akuji, in desperation to try and free you, did you roll with advantage, by the way?
No,
Akuji?
I don't think so.
Roll an additional d6, because they are still vulnerable.
Oh.
So you might still hit.
No.
Yeah, no. Unfortunate. So as you try to use your touch to basically stun them, they see your runes glowing and the static coming from your hands as they push forward, and they immediately grab your palm and somehow, with their free hand, cycle it across their armor and directly into Murkon. And where they are holding you, Murkon, you feel a sudden electric shock as you take 14 lightning damage directly as it courses through your body.
That is the first time in a while I've taken anything above 1 HP in damage. Yeah, Marqui just...
Hey, you're no longer vulnerable, though.
I'm sorry, Marqui.
It's funny. Sorry, man.
Can I have a talk moment with telepathic?
Yeah. You will definitely hear the scream of Murkon in your head.
He's killing me!
Rayleigh just trips all of a sudden. Leonin just sees him face plant for a couple seconds before getting up again.
At the end of your turn, Akuji, you see off to your left a brass giant reloading a gun
Oh, fuck.
and aiming it at you. And you hear the voice behind you, Murkon, look over. The person in armor look over. It took you long enough. And without a word, Julius reloads his gun and points it at you, Akuji. This is for the complete failure, by the way.
No touchy.
All right, so he's gonna shoot and aim at you. It was a 19 hit.
Yeah.
All right, and this happens as well because I forgot to say that last time. Because he is a boss.
You want me to just
Every
add
time-
2 stress to myself then?
No, you do not.
Okay.
It is every time he makes a successful attack, he gains I gain a fear.
Oh,
These are
okay.
for special types of enemies, such as Julius. And he will
for some reason I
deal.
thought stress.
No, that's a different thing.
Okay. Sorry, for some reason my mind's like, ooh, stress added. I'm like, what?
You're
No, okay.
good, man. As the bullet sails past you and rips into your shoulder, but only once again grazes you. All right. So, Murkon, it is your turn.
I think at this point, with where he's at, he really doesn't have much of a choice. Can't reach his weapons. Can't really, fight back in any way. He's still restrained, so he can't move.
Mm-hmm.
All he can really do at this point is, considering how much Akuji's getting shot at this point by Julius, he is just finally at a point where he has to just start fighting back. Like, it has to be a fight, because I figured that they're either gonna take an excuse to kill him or something bad's gonna happen. So I am gonna have him do his best to just raise his foot up as he can with his knee and just swing back in between the knight's legs.
Okay. I will say that this will be an attack action, and you will get advantage, but since it's not a weapon,
I think
believe there's an unarmed.
Yes, unarmed, I believe, is either agility or I don't remember. Let me look.
Let me double check.
Think a strength or finesse.
I believe I can give you the unarmed thing in your equipment. It should be in your equipment at least.
You make an attack roll using strength or finesse, although the GM might allow you to use another trait depending on how you describe the attack.
So you are raising your foot back, knee, and with all your might trying to slip it in between their legs.
He's trying to essentially do a high backwards kick, trying to move his body as much as he can while being pinned. It's not very. He doesn't have a lot of space, but he is gonna just it's almost like a very painful like pushing kick versus like an actual like striking kick.
Yeah.
But he's doing it as fast as he can.
So in this case, I will say that because you're trying to maneuver your leg in a specific spot, I will allow you to use your agility.
Yippee, Clash of Clans, happy night dance, so he's gonna do the kick with advantage.
All right, that does hit them, but I will give you the final result after you roll your damage, which, does it say which one? I don't remember. It's just like a D4, correct?
It's D4. Yeah, it's literally just a D4.
So that'll be just a flat D4 then. All right. So you do hit them. You are still not unrestrained, as you figure out very quickly that this is not a man. And they let out a... Do you really think that's going to work on me, little man? And with that fear, you hear the sound of a knife dropping as you are briefly unrestrained. However, for this sake of the attack, you are still going to be technically restrained. I'm going to be using the D&D rule for this, as you hear the sound of something unsheathing from their back as they make an attack on you with their maul. I am so fucking sorry.
No.
Where did it come from?
Another party wipe. Here we go.
As you see this very large maul, at least 2 sizes above your head, that is reeled back and seems to be gleaming in the dim light of the darkness, and slams into your back before you turn around, dealing a total of 43 damage.
So I'm dying.
Yes. You can reduce this by an armor slot if you so wish.
Honestly, no.
Do you think it's fitting for the narrative then?
I think this fits. I think this fits.
Okay. So, Akuji, you would witness as, with this critical hit from the mysterious Dame Knight, bring out this very large maul and just slam it into Murkon's spine. As... Ooh, I gotta change the perspective. Slam it into Murkon's spine as it just... You hear a loud crunch as he goes through the wall. The wall breaks in his pathway, and I will actually make it known that it's broken by removing the actual wall controls. As you can now...
Hell.
Put that there. As you can now see beyond the walls, that it has broken it so hard that the rest of this crumbling wall to your right has also fallen down and has fallen on top of Murkon.
Okay.
The knight turns towards you, Akuji. If I were you, I would be a good girl and surrender, Unless you also want to die like your friend did.
She's not going to say anything. She's trying to plan something really fucking fast on what the fuck to do.
All right. Kuji, it would be your turn, but however, Murkon, what is the last thing that Raylig hears before you eat shit?
The last thing he hears before the lights go out in Murkon's head is just balls.
Sorry, I wasn't muted.
So Raylig, you would just hear balls and then static as your mental connection to Murkon is cut short.
Oh my, same though, bro.
You start to see in the distance through a little bit of fatigue from Raylig and perseverance from Leonin, in the distance, the dimly shrouded sign of the graveyard. However, you are not currently at the front entrance yet. Akuji, what would you like to do on your turn?
Oh. She is going to look between Murkon and the knight, and knowing that she's not feeling the best right now, she... Let me... Shit here. He is going to cast her shadow bind on him.
Her.
Oh. Sorry. On her. Sorry. On her to keep them from fighting again. But would I also be able to add that runic enhancement on that? That's 2.
I would say that since this is an aggressive action, most certainly, so go ahead and put your Shadowbind down.
Perfect.
I believe it is still a save, however, so do keep that in mind.
A save.
Yes. So if they save against you, or if they fail the check, then they are restrained. Remember that. Make spellcast against all your adversaries within very close range. Targets you succeed against. Oh, my bad. Never mind. It's the opposite. I'm stupid. I'm still in 5e, not Daggerheart. It's been a while. So go ahead and cast your Shadowbind with your runic enhancement. Unfortunately, as your shadows start to come into play using the darkness around you, you see the knight's armor start to glow a little bit as a light pulses off of her body as they are cast back into the darkness beyond, as you do unfortunately fail to bind them to the shadows. Their difficulty is decently high, I must say. Not terribly high, but it's high. So, unfortunately, that is a failure. Is there anything else you would like to do? I will give you one more action. I believe you're also muted.
Oh, fuck, I'm so sorry. As much as I would love for her to try again, knowing that time is of the essence right now, to try and help work on the best, she will surrender herself.
Okay.
And she will put her hands up to the side.
All right. So immediately, because this is supposed to follow your failure, the knight is going to attack you. Does a 13 hit?
Just, yeah.
All right. So it'll just be a very simple 5 damage as the knight punches you in the face and immediately grabs you by the throat, lifting you up in the air. And seeing that you're surrendering, you can see a very stern look behind their helmet. Are we done fighting now, puppy? Are you going to be good?
Instinctively, she'll grab the knight's gauntlet, but knowing that she is surrendering, she's not trying to, like, claw them off. She's going to stare at them. Let me help them. Then I will.
She will toss you to the side as she looks over at Julius. Julius, kill her if she tries to run. And you would hear a response.
I was already planning on it.
And that will be your turn. As Julius approaches further, with his eyes towards the gate. This is where we reach the end of the countdown, which I will actually take. Oop, didn't mean to open that up. Which we will take that off. All right. With that being said and done, at the top of this round, Raylig and I forgot to put Angel on the screen, my bad. Raylig and Leonin and Angel, for that matter, you all, or you two with Pet included, finally rush to the front gate as you hear the sound of conflict has started to slowly die down, with the very loud Rimian accent coming through, but you can just barely hear it. Welcome back, Thorn. I just introduced you to the scene. You finally get to the front gate, where you can see through the cracks of some broken down walls and a partially open gate, a graveyard that seems to be in disrepair. And you hear, as I said before, a Rimian accent coming through with a very metallic echo to the voice, as you hear this very clearly of this mysterious person asking Julius to kill someone if they decide to run, in which Julius happily agrees. So, which one of you would like to go first?
I'm back.
I love explaining things when people aren't here.
I heard most of the explanation. It's just till like the last second, I gotta knock on the door.
All
Well,
right.
if Leonin isn't rushing ahead, then I feel like hearing
Leonin
the
might.
combat. Okay, then Raylik would like.
If he could get the vibe that his brother is in danger.
So,
And then I feel like hearing the combat die down, Raylik like try to put an arm out to be like, wait a second, something's not right. Like something's different.
Gives him a look like, seriously?
Can they see Akuchi and Murkon from here?
nope,
Not
not from your current
Kind of
position anyway.
he's gonna do like hand signs, which you may or may not understand, to try to be like, let's sneak closer.
All right.
We don't
because
know
you
if
were-
it's safe.
Because you were back first, you will go first.
So he's hand signing to Leonin like, maybe let's sneak closer to see what's going on.
I guess he'll like try to like restrain himself from just like bursting through the gate, and just like try to recompose himself, just like, very well.
Don't know if you heard those gunshots, but that's not good at all. It's very dangerous.
Know that, but God, if that damn robot or whoever the hell is over there, it's my brother.
Is there like somewhere here where they can try to like peek a bit and like get a better vantage of what's going on?
So, as you can see with your current side, you can see that there is a hole in the wall that you can squeeze through. There is the front gate that is open over here in the front side, and then you can try to go on the other side of the map where there's a wall to your north that you can try and peek over. There are a couple different vantage points. Naturally, it really depends on who you see, so, and what they're doing, of course.
And I feel like Rayleigh would defer to Leonin as more of the... I mean, he might be lumping him in with his brother a little bit, but like, they seem more like the sneaky folk.
Mm-hmm.
So he just hand signs like, oh, I'll follow your lead.
Alright, so you are diverting your turns to Leonin then.
Alright.
Alright, so, let me give you the spotlight then. Leonin. You are up.
Alright, so is this gate like solid or is it like a...
It is an iron gate that has graveyard written over it in a small arch, and it is partially open. It's made of iron.
Alright, can I just try to like tiptoe up and like try to peek through the opening?
Sure. Go ahead and make a... If you're trying to sneak, finesse roll, please.
What?
Thank you for the fear. So, how far are you going?
I guess to like test the waters, like would stop here.
Okay. And is Angel following close behind?
Yeah, you would like usher him to like stay at his side.
Okay. So, as you are walking towards the gate, you step on a spare branch that has fallen from a nearby tree on the ground that shouldn't be there. It definitely seems like it was kicked there by the wind. And it's very loud.
Special.
The old Scooby-Doo special, as it is very loud, as it attracts attention. As you hear the mysterious knight with the Remian voice speak out. What was that noise? Julius, go check it out. As you start to hear the footsteps of whoop, 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 start walking in your direction. I will give you 1 reaction to do something.
Alright. Can I try to like trying to think what my character would do, because this is a very tense situation for him.
Yes, what would Dean Winchester do?
You mean Sam?
I don't know which one of you is which.
Leon is definitely more like Sam.
Okay, what would Sam Winchester do?
Summer! Dang though. I guess you would try to like usher like usher him and Angel to like the side of the wall, trying to like obscure themselves.
Which wall?
Oops. Oh, like the one over here.
Okay. You would hear the whoop, whoop, whoop as I'm just gonna see real quick as Julius approaches, and you can just fairly make out the signature of him as he starts to push open the gate a bit more. And unfortunately, that very poor stealth check, and the fact that you are literally still in the light, reveals your location. And the fact that he can see in the dark doesn't help too, as he also spots Raylig.
Raylig's still miming.
And in a very, very funny, unfortunate manner, you hear Julius call out,
Interesting. It is good to see you again, Leonin Silverrook. As well as you, Raylig, in a slightly different tone.
in the slightly different tone. Managing everything on one screen is hard.
It's like a sarcastic "you too, Tin Can" while he puts up his hands.
In a surrender motion?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Raylik, are you surrendering?
I think his eyes go wide at Leonin. He's kind of deer-eyed, like.
He looks at him like, just do it, idiot.
And his shoulders slump and he follows suit.
All right. So, it will almost end the encounter because I forgot to do one thing. Murkon. Since we have finally gotten to the point where someone in the party has went down, and I didn't do this, and you will be the last person to go. Hi, you have reached 0 HP. In Daggerheart, when you mark your last hit point, you must make a death move. You can choose one of the following options. So, you can choose Blaze of Glory, which I'm assuming was not what you're going to do. Your character embraces death and goes out in a blaze of glory. Take one action at my discretion, which critically succeeds, and then you will die. That's it. Avoid death. Your character avoids death and faces the consequences. They temporarily drop unconscious, which is what we're currently doing at this moment, and then you work with the GM to describe how the situation worsens. Your character can't move or act while unconscious. They can't be targeted by an attack, and they return to consciousness when an ally clears. We've already discussed this before, that if I target you while you're unconscious, it will take a certain amount of fear to get to. 1 second, I had to change something. And it basically, you return to consciousness when you clear 1 HP or more. And after your character falls unconscious, you roll a hope die. If its value is equal to under your character's level, you gain a scar, which essentially means that I will be removing 1 of your stress permanently for your stress meter that you cannot use until something happens. And then there's risk it all. Roll your duality dice. If the hope die is higher, your character stays on their feet and clears an amount of hit points or stress equal to the value of the hope die. Divide the hope die value between hit points and stress however you prefer. If the fear die is higher, you die. So that is basically a 50-50 coin toss between the dice. I'm going to assume you're choosing avoid death.
So with my Blaze of Glory move, no, I'm kidding.
You blow up.
I turn into a tiger
blow
and I will
up.
be named Devil.
Hey,
No.
I'm the tiger person here.
All right, so in this case, I'm assuming you're choosing avoid death.
Yeah, it seems like the right move.
All right, so as you drop into unconsciousness, you will have to be cleared by an ally for 1 or more HP, which is what Akuji might be doing here on her next round. After you fall unconscious, roll your hope die. If its value is equal to or under your character's level, you gain a scar, which essentially means the higher your character level will be, the harder it will be to avoid scars, it seems. So in this case, go ahead and roll a d12.
Nat 1, nat 1, nat 1, nat 1. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
5. So you avoided death, and you have avoided a new scar, despite the fact that your spine is completely fucked up. So this will technically count the end of combat. So I will just simply remove everyone from
The fucking Z's in the cloud on the icon is perfect.
Oh, I'm not on the GM layer. Whoops. That would make sense. End the encounter. And that would end combat. So, where is the music? This works. If it plays. If it doesn't play, I'm gonna cry. Oh, perfect. All right, so Julius pointing a gun at you. Leonin ushers you in as he backs up.
Please enter the graveyard, Leonin and Rayleigh.
Sure, fucking asshole.
The second that you call him an asshole, he gets in your face and puts the gun's muzzle to your nose.
Would you like to repeat that?
Somewhat touchy.
Julius, get over here. You're wasting time. And
He gives him like a smirk. Like,
he does back up and keeps the gun pointed at you before ushering you into the graveyard with a nudge of the gun. And before you, you can see a very tall, armored individual with a large maul with a very, very big, broad head. Head on the ground as they're using it to lean on, both hands gauntleted, clasped over the handle. And you see that a nearby wall is broken on this side. And your brother is in a small heap underneath the rubble, very much bloodied and unconscious.
Can I add a small detail?
Sure, by all means.
All you can really see of his body, other than like with him being under the rubble at the angle you're at, you just see a pair of feet just like over like the hole of the wall. You know he can take a hit, Leonin, but with how motionless he is, you question whether he can actually survive being slammed through a wall like that.
And he looks over shocked. It's like, Marcon! The fuck did you do?
Well, he was trespassing, and he did not give me a reason to not be violent. And he proceeded to try and run when I told him asked him what he was doing here. He did not listen. That is the consequences of his actions, I fear.
So this graveyard's yours or something?
In a manner of speaking, why do you think... They motion over to Julius. I am with the Castellan of the town, idiot.
Then who the fuck are you exactly? Such a bloody big shot in this town.
Well, considering that this is your brother, and they decided to break in the middle of the night with your friend, I do not think I am justified in giving you an answer, Mr. Silverbrook.
Figures.
Now, please. Now, please. Do us all a large favor. Come here, sit down, let your friend mend his wounds, and then get the fuck out. Promptly. And Julius will motion once again with the gun for you guys to start moving.
Marcon just spits on the floor and moves forward. Quickly going over to Marcon. Brother.
Akuji, you said that you wanted to try and aid Marcon in healing him?
Yeah, she'll probably have gone over to this side of Marcon. Definitely trying to get the rubble off of him and doing what she can. She
Yeah,
realizes
Marcon.
she doesn't have any health potions left. Doing
Leo
what
would
she
help.
can to
Okay.
help Marcon in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
All right. So, in this regard, excuse me.
This was a health potion.
All right. Awesome. So, I would imagine that this is the scene, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. Akuji is digging him out of the rubble, and then Leonin is the one actually administering medicine.
Yeah. Or he would try to help with because he's in sort of a desperate mode since it's his fucking brother. So he would definitely try to help at every opportunity he was able to help her, he would.
All right, very good, very good. While that is happening and you are applying the health potion, go ahead and roll for the health potion. Rayleigh, what are you doing while this is happening?
He would do inspirational words to give him one more hit point.
All
Let me
right.
roll.
You will gain 3 HP back, or 4 HP back total, Marcon. As the healing potion is shoved down your throat. And then you feel the bit of magic from Rayleigh start to pump into your body. As your wounds start to slowly mend, you can feel the very much shifted spine start to realign itself with a couple of... As you all hear this. And Marcon, as you take in another breath, I'm going to need to roll... You need to roll your illness check for me, please. As this now comes into play.
Great. That is a strength.
Indeed it is. And roll it at disadvantage, please.
Oops.
Not that it would matter, but
I'll roll by disadvantage.
try to see if it's an extra failure. All right, so it's just a 7. So, with you waking up once again, especially from going down for the first time, this disease does take hold, and I'm gonna need you to. Let me see. So that way it's a complete failure. So you're gonna reduce your health and stress by 2. As you wake up with your body starting to heal, but whatever is bothering you, whatever this thing has happened in the last couple days, starts to ravage your body in the worst possible way, and you cough up blood.
And can I do a flavor?
This would be extremely alarming, right?
Yes.
Can
but
I
it's
do a
like,
flavor
Marcon, what the
thing?
fuck?
Yes, you can.
Because I've been waiting for someone to actually see this happen. After getting hit, the stone wall shards tore through the cover of his face. You can see his face. You can see his neck even. You see as like that glow of the healing potion kind of work its way through, start to die down. But as we all know how those work, they don't turn black in the veins. You don't see that. And you see it kind of crawl up like a pulsing in his throat. You see the skin get tight and like the muscle tense up in his throat. As he like started to stir, you just hear as he starts to cough up that black bile. And he has to roll himself as much as he can with his broken body as he coughs up a good spattering of it. And he, by the time the coughing fit ends, rolls back on his back and he looks exhausted. The bags under his eyes, even reaching levels even Leonin, having them himself, would be getting concerned with.
As a added flavor of my own, considering we are working together on this little bit, you would see the equivalent of bloodshot eyes and veins that are now visible on his face that are very dark and brackish in color, much like the blood that he coughed up. It is very dark, but it's not old, as it does have a slight scent to it, a stronger metallic scent mixed with sulfur. And this is much more present around the corners of his face, along his jawline, along the top of his head, and specifically around his eyes. Because of certain rolls you made in the past, Leonin, you have no idea what the fuck this is.
He looks like he's fucking freaking out. It's like, what the fuck did you do to him?
Me? I did nothing. This is news to me. And you'll even hear Julie.
Okay, but I didn't even shoot at him.
Back to his brother, just like, Marcon! Kind of just like fucking shaking him.
He starts getting through his coughing fit. Is he still kind of like, Leo? Until we get him.
Get who? What the fuck happened?
He looks up and he like can just see Julius, who I'm assuming has the gun drawn on them.
Yep, all 4 of you.
And his head just drops back and goes, ah, crap.
Well, considering they're saying you trespassed and that we're just supposed to leave, I think there's more going on here than we think. But what exactly happened to you between then and now that you're like this?
Whatever it is going to be a lot slower than that bullet. I think we should get that looked at first. I'm assuming he would try to reach for one of his tinctures, and it would be pretty clear that he's reaching for something.
You immediately hear the cocking of a gun, and all of you would see that Julius is pointing the musket at Murkon. Whatever you're trying to do, I would advise that you do it really fucking slowly,
Murkon stops his hand.
Like, I'll do it. I'll get whatever you're... Just don't make any sudden movements, or don't move at all. You definitely look like you're in the shape.
Murkon he's already moving his hand, even as Leonan's saying this. And he pulls out the...
You never listen to me.
Like, very, very carefully, the blue tincture that has been on his belt as of recently. And he starts to take his medicine.
As you reach for that tincture, Murkon, you would notice that because it was on your belt and you went through a wall, both of them are broken.
He looks at the spattering of the blue liquid on his hand, and he just like wipes his hand together and just curses again before he just lays back and just goes, "All right, now what?"
Well, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Were it not for the intervention of your brother and friend, motions over to Leonin and Raylig, you most certainly would have been killed and considered intruders. Not to mention that your motions over to Okuji, furry friend, the mutt, also surrendered. So, considering this surrender, and considering this very unfortunate misunderstanding, and you see her look over in Julius' direction, and he just shrugs his shoulders, I would like to think that we will let you off with a very clear warning. The graveyard is off limits during the night, and we are very, very, very vehement on intruders, considering that there is a fucking lich trapped in a crystal in town. We do not want any more people rising from the dead. We thought you were necromancers.
Like, shit.
Did you not know this by now?
Message received. We're new to town.
Yes, I can clearly see that.
Sorry about all the rude comments, I suppose.
Murkon's kind of getting his grounds back. Being that there's now a person, even if it's just a voice, I would like to have Murkon kind of like use as much of his perception to see if like this is all just a misunderstanding, that this is truly something that is as true as what is being said, and if it is, I mean, if it isn't, if there's anything kind of between the lines of this quote-unquote warning.
Go ahead and make an instinct check, my friend.
Can I use my jester experience as a part of him being aware of like picking apart what people say to really get to the root of what they're talking about?
Absolutely.
I get in on that too, please.
Yes, and you can use your, I believe, your clerk experience if you want to. Okay, well done. Full success on that.
I don't even know if that's needed then.
Critical. All right.
Nice.
So,
Damn! Get it, Rayleigh!
Murkon, you would very clearly get the distinction that they're being pretty clear about the warning and that they're being genuine about necromancy, but you can tell for a fact that there is something being left out here. If they're trying to protect the grounds from necromancers and intruders and possibly grave robbers, why are there only 2 people here? Rayleigh, you catch on to that. And on top of that, with the way that Julius is seeming to fidget with the gun, and the fact that he has reacted the way that he has reacted so suddenly, there is a very distinct feeling that Julius is very much not himself. As to what reason, you possibly can't reckon, but I will say, because it is a critical, you know that with your time back in Londor when you had Servitor Automa, that didn't really have much of personalities like the new Automa that are now recognized as people, you know from your past that some members of the family, specifically the girl of the Zaranovas, liked to tinker a little bit with the Automa to give it extra commands, or in some cases fully control it. Though this is more so based off of an assumption of your past. You aren't sure entirely if that's what's happening to Julius.
He kind of just glances towards Julius for a moment. It looks away again, not wanting to draw his ire because he has a gun.
You, with your instinct roll, you'll be able to very much use your hair to kind of deflect the fact that you're staring at him for too long as you're moving it out of your face. With that information in mind, and the mystery afoot, what do the 4 of you do? Julius with a gun in hand, and this mysterious knight, who appears to be a guard of sorts, holding their maul in the ground.
I will say, even in the short time like the group has gotten to know Murkon, you can see in his eyes there is many thoughts going through his head, to the point where you know him well enough. He's not going to leave something just alone. He is going to say something. You know that. So if there is anything you want to do to stop him beforehand, if you think that's the right idea.
Leo's gonna give him a look like, I know you're gonna say something. Maybe not the guy.
Rayleigh's giving a similar look of like, we need to stand down.
Just leave it alone. First, you need to start explaining what the hell exactly is wrong with you.
Murkon kind of leans his head back, and he just kind of goes, if that's how you want to handle the Lich situation, fine. It's not like I was going to do anything but make sure none of that was happening around here, considering we know what's going on down south. But we're all on the same team. Right, Julius? And he looks over at Julius, like, directly, with a very, like, cold grin.
You see Julius, his quote-unquote eyelids blink as he looks at you.
I would like to think so, Murkon Silverbrook.
In a very normal tone, as he seems to be holding the gun a bit more down, more so brandishing it than aiming.
Mercon then relents and he just goes, "Don't worry, you won't see much of us for very long either way."
I can agree to that.
Our deepest apologies. It appears that our compatriot is unwell, and we'd like to see to his condition, if that's amenable to you. We'll get out of your hair, and deepest apologies again, Julius, and he'll nod to the other person. I don't believe I got your name, but apologies as well.
I swear the youngins these days do not know when to quit. You are forgiven for your trespasses. Do us all a favor and leave before something else bad happens. It's not safe at night around here.
I'm very glad that you are out here looking out for our well-being. I'll kind of like motion towards the gate, like, let's go, yells.
Yeah, Leo's already trying to help Mercon back up to his feet.
Mercon, upon getting back on his feet, does like stop Leonin from touching him from very long. He's not like trying to shove him or anything like that. He's not being like mean about it, but he is just trying to like correct himself as much, and then just like letting him, you know, like get some distance. He's walking like someone who has been sick, but usually people who spit up black bile aren't just like carrying themselves as normal as possible like that. He seems pretty, you would know this, he seems pretty accustomed to this.
All right.
Stubborn as always.
The knight will look in your direction, Mercon. For what it's worth, I see that you are well equipped. We are on the same side, you and I. I hope we do not have to come to blows again.
Mercon, his eyes, as exhausted as they are, you can see like they are a focused stare in a way that is like on a very low frequency, where he is just reading through this person as much as he can. And it seems like it takes a couple seconds before he starts to like let his smile come back, and he goes, "Sure, same team." And then he starts to make his leave with the party.
All right. So, as you guys make your way out of the graveyard, with Julius and the unnamed knights watching you leave, we are going to take a very brief break. We will be right back. Welcome back to Fractured Shadows, where things just got a bit spicy. I will delete these. Alright, so, as you guys move your way out of the graveyard and into the streets of the very, very darkened corners of a very dimly lit road in Bright Willow Haven, the floor is yours to talk, as there doesn't seem to be anyone out and about.
Yeah, Leo's just giving, like, the entire time is just kind of like glaring at his brother, like, We're both glaring at him and like trying to gauge to see like if he looks okay, if he like needs a hand or not.
I think as they walk, that like sickly lumber that he kind of had in his step starts to kind of fade out. He still looks pretty exhausted considering everything else. So you can't really tell if that's the sickness. But when they get a chance to kind of like stop and like catch their breaths a little bit, he does kind of like lean up on the wall and like more so rubs his hand, like the area where he was like grabbed, like his wrist. But catching Leonin's stare, he'll try to speak up and just go, before you tell me that was a bad idea.
I mean, that's obvious, but it's not really what's on my mind right now. Are you gonna explain what health concerns you're struggling through right now?
I'm not struggling through health concerns. I got it under control.
You, yeah, clearly. And you were planning on telling me when?
Marqui kind of goes quiet as he kind of looks away. As if he's trying to say an answer, but he himself even doesn't like the answer he was going to give.
He gives him just like a "that's what I thought" kind of look.
I said I'm going to be fine.
Looks pretty alarming from where I was standing. He looked about ready to die, and not from whatever the armored one did to you.
And that's exactly why I wasn't going to tell you.
Well, it's kind of a big deal. But does brother know? Does father know?
Marqui.
Who exactly have you told that isn't me?
Getting the medicine from someone. I'm not making it myself.
Who?
So it's all... Marqui kind of drops his head as he really doesn't want to answer that.
So, this sickness, whatever it is it treatable, avoidable? Where did you even
enough
get
about
it
the
from?
damn sickness, okay? We just got our asses kicked by someone who I know was hiding something in that graveyard. And by
Well,
now,
even if
I'm
they...
pretty any chance we had to go find it any further is going to be gone, because they're going to keep their guard really high now.
What does it matter? This town's drama is none of our concern. Especially if a more important matter like your health is at risk.
As if my health isn't something that gets thrown to the side every time we go out and do this kind of work. You too. And the last thing I need for you to be is worried about me when I'm trying to get out there and do the best I can, just like you are.
Well, that would somewhat, alleviate my fears by, letting me in on things of that nature once in a while.
Pretty simple. Don't let you have anything to fear. He just throws his hands up. The joking is starting to come through.
Take care of myself, I'll have you know. Fine.
Please, you can't talk to people without me.
What does that have to do with any of that?
What that has to do with I'm looking out for you. That's all I've been doing. That's what I'm doing right now with this He starts to shut up as he just
I didn't
looks back
ask
over
you
to the
cuddle
others.
me. At this point, he's gonna storm off ahead in a bit of a huff.
Angel follows close behind.
Leonin, damn it!
Murkon, as your brother storms off, with the stress starting to hit you, you enter another coughing fit. Please roll a strength check for me.
Oh boy, I'm very good at those.
Similar to the graveyard, you enter a coughing fit as Leonin storms off out of sight and out of mind, and that's when it hits you, that pain once more in your chest, radiating from where the injury was, where it radiates deep within you, as you start to violently cough next to Akuji and Raylig. As you cough up more of the brackish blood. You will take another point of stress and health damage. Just one for this time. This will be healed, however.
Can't wait to go down again. That is enough to make Murkon like slide down the wall as he's like sitting trying to like catch his breath and stop the coughing.
Wait, is he like unconscious?
No.
He's getting there, but he's looking winded.
Looking like someone that literally has TB.
And I feel like Rayleigh does have Bullig, actually. He does have his hand on his chin, and I think he's looking at Murkon, trying to think if he's seen anything like this before.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a knowledge roll for me. And because you have worked in that specific... Go ahead and roll advantage. You have specific experiences with this.
Okay, I will just...
So just add that 6.
6.
Okay, so that bumps up to a 17, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
So it bumps up to a 17. Raylig, you recall seeing when you were with the incineration division as you were out on special assignment with the Santina sanitation, that you were observing and learning how they worked. And in a very similar vein, you also recognize that it's not just Londor that the Sanita just caretake. They sometimes are called out to other locations around Zion to prevent the spread of illness, to keep the Golden Lands golden, as you were told. And it was during one of these instances where you were with the captain of the incineration division that you did witness something of a similar vein of people that looked very close to what Murkon looks like right now. And you don't actually know if it was a plague. You don't know if it was a curse. But you do know that they were ill. And out of the safety of everyone in Londor, an entire village was burnt to the ground. And the people in that village were killed. And that is where the fear is going to come into play. As you recall this, you take a stress damage as this is a very grueling memory of your first experience that comes into play, recognizing a child's face that looked exactly like Murkon's that slowly was engulfed in flame.
This whole city must be purged.
And then I feel like the hand on his chin kind of like starts to shake a bit. And he like looks away quickly from Murkon, probably around the time that he like glanced back after Leonin stormed off. And then like seeing Murkon once again seemingly on death's door, he will go up to him and like offer, I guess, his arm to like help support him.
Murkon immediately waves it off. Like he almost smacks the hand away as he just sits there. Takes a couple deep breaths. All right, you saw it too, right? That was not the Julius we know back in that graveyard.
We all did, but it won't matter if we're not alive to see through whatever our investigation leads to. And your condition, it's not every day that you see one spit up a bile so black in color. Whatever you have, it seems grave, and I don't think we should ignore that. For your own good.
Murkon doesn't say anything right away, but he does let Rayleigh kind of get through it. So what you tell me, I'm a walking plague or something?
Yes.
Okay, we'll say you see like there's the tiniest bit of a hesitation. Like it's a little too long because you're a jester, like you're very astute and that sort of stuff. So the hesitation's a little too long.
Oh, that's just great.
But he clears his throat. I've seen many things during my time with the Zaranovas. They headed the Sanita in Londor, as you know, and that unfortunately means that I've come face to face with many ill, and their fates were not well, to say the least. And I can understand wanting to keep such a burden, such a pain from your loved ones. He'll kind of like glance off in the direction that Leonin stormed off.
Murkon immediately cuts off again. All right, so what do we do? What do... There's got to be something, some sort of medicine, some sort of spell, something. You know, if you've seen it, you know what this is. You got to have any idea what we do about this.
Really?
We have to. Yes.
Sorry. I was going to say, as far as you are aware, the only solution to Murkon's alleged condition, which again you know not much about, is death.
I love that.
Man, that's
He takes
based off of past experiences. That's all I'm saying.
a deep, almost pained inhale. As he's still like looking in Leonin's direction. If you wish to live, then you should rely on those around you, your loved ones the most. Even if you wish to hide this from him, learn from my experience that any secrets will eventually come to light. And the hurt only lasts longer if you keep it from them.
Merkan is like shaking his head. You can't know more about this. I don't want to hear a word about this from either of you talking about this. Especially not talking about it in front of you when he points to Akuji.
She blinks confused.
Blink blonk. Because last I checked, when I said I'm going on my own, that means I'm going on my own. If you can't listen to that, then I'm sure as hell not telling you any secrets.
Your secrets are not for me to know, but I didn't, knowing you were alone and knowing what we were possibly up against, I didn't feel comfortable you going alone.
If you think I didn't know what I was doing, I would have gone alone. I got this guy in my freaking head, and he points over to Rayleigh. Could have told you everything that would have happened. We would have been fine, even if I got caught. And Merkan kind of like puts his hands in his head. Now I don't know what's gonna happen, what they're gonna put up next, what kind of magic crap. I don't think the ogre must is gonna do anything next time. They're gonna be looking out for us now.
And we will talk about it together. What our next steps are with regards to the investigation. With regards to your condition.
We are going to talk about this. Merkan clears his throat some more as he starts to stand up and like wipe some of the brackish black bile from his hand onto like the wall. This is a medieval time. They don't really know about like hygiene and 6 foot rule.
Well, funny you say that, actually. It is not medieval times. It is high fantasy mixed with steampunk, so they know about hygiene, I'm afraid.
When was the 5-second rule invented?
You cannot relate that to this game. Nice try. Roll a strength check. No, I'm kidding.
That's on you, baby.
That's it. Merkan's killing Bright Willow with his fucking perfection. He's going to full Nurgle.
Oh
yeah, my boy.
He is gonna wipe it off him though. He doesn't care at this point. He's too tired. He's stressed the fuck out. He beat the shit. Whole party's on him. He's ready to go. He's just like, I'm getting this looked at. I'm doing my thing. He's got enough on his plate, worrying about me and other crap. And I don't want him. He don't need to see this again.
He already knows about it now, so there's no use not making the most of the bonds that you have.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know everything, so we're keeping it that way.
He will offer, seeing him, wipe the stuff, he's gonna offer Leonan's handkerchief, which he still has from when Leonan gave it to him. He washed in the morning.
Fear.
Yeah,
It smells like piss.
want...
No, I'm kidding.
Lena's not gonna want that bag.
He washed it really well.
It's okay. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's a joke. Thor, relax.
Yeah.
Merkan looks at it and it does make him pause. Much nicer than much more calmer than before. He does take the handkerchief and wipe his hands before
It's late.
looking at it some
Let's-
more.
Let's sleep on it, and these problems will still be here in the morning to talk about.
that's the thing about it. Murkon looks back towards the graveyard before back to them. We're not staying here for very long if we can't figure out what's going on. Julius ain't gonna forget this. I have a good feeling he's gonna bring this up one way or another to his friends. He can say whatever he wants about it.
We did learn more from Lady Lilith, and I can say with almost near confidence that I don't think she's part of this plot. So if we need a place to seek refuge, then her abode is an option.
Well, until we figure this out, all of us are on borrowed time now. If we can't figure this out tomorrow, we're leaving. We're not coming back. Because we're not going to be welcome here for very long if we're the ones stupid around like that.
Where would we go, though?
That's going to be our problem in the future. Like you said, talk about it tomorrow.
Yes, and if you require assistance with resting, I have magical means to help with that. More than happy.
You're not in my head anymore, right?
No, that, Oh.
It's essentially how you would know, because you remember the static before it cut off, like a TV.
Statica.
Unfortunately,
that connection ended when you fell earlier.
I got my own stuff to make myself sleep, so I'll get some rest.
All right. So, do you all head back to the tavern?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Very
trying so hard to hit that rousing speech button, but I don't think Murkon was accepting of it.
Oh no.
Probably
Oh no,
not.
Murkon. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah, Leonin just went right back out to his room. He didn't fucking. He didn't talk to anyone on the way in.
All right. So, Murkon, are you covering your face?
It's not covering his face, but he is gonna sneak his way back, kind of the same way he did before.
All right.
Just so he can get back in the room the same way he did, and undress, hide his clothing, and fall asleep in his normal clothing.
All right. Akuji, Rayleigh, are you two doing anything else?
Nope. She is going to sleep.
Yep, just sleeping.
All right. I will
Just
prompt
doing
a
the-
long rest then. So, with the new day, Murkon, your stress and your health would probably take priority, but I will allow you to do that. What is everyone clearing for their long rests, and what are they doing particularly? Specifically, if you are working on a project. Starting down the line with Leonin.
No projects. He's a little bit out of sorts at the moment.
Okay. So are you giving yourself a hope then?
Yeah. Although I'm max on hope, so.
Not having to do a damn thing. All right.
Other than, yeah, just be emo. You know, prepare, whatever.
All right. So you prepare probably by yourself, I'd imagine, considering your state. All right. Murkon.
Just me and the cat.
Yes. Murkon, What are you doing? What are you doing for your long rest?
Considering he got his armor attacked, he's trying his very best to hide away as much of what he's done throughout the day, or throughout that night. The party has been exposed to Julius and the woman in armor, so he's not trying to like. He's not trying to like give too much to like tie them together for this crime, because he doesn't trust that they're not going to talk. He really doesn't.
Okay.
So he's going to repair his armor, clear his stress, tend to his wounds. Basically just take care of everything to get himself like kind of like refreshed and looking like he did when he went to bed.
Okay. So I believe you can choose 2 of those options, because I believe repairing armor is one of them, clearing stress is another, and then healing yourself is another.
I have Celestial Trance, which lets me do another downtime activity.
Ah, I see. Very
So
good. Very good.
I can do 3.
Interesting.
All right. So in that case, I'm assuming the patching of the wounds is trying to decompress with the stress, and maybe wrapping some bandages up on yourself because you did take a couple of hits.
Yeah, he'll wrap himself up. He'll clear. He'll do his best to kind of like do his rest. He'll probably try to make his way down to Bo once everyone's asleep to get another tincture, get refreshed on medication.
Okay. So go ahead and click all of those, so you are back at your normal, and then naturally, because you are waking up fresh and new, I'm gonna need that strength check, buddy.
Do that super quick.
It's a partial failure, so you would wake up in a bit of a coughing fit, but it's not as strong as the last one. And you will lose that 1 HP that cannot be regained along with that stress until the next long rest. So
and then how much of the medicines did I get from?
you got
Beatrice?
3 of them from Beatrice. And they will now cost money because those are some specially made potions that she herself makes for people with breathing issues. So, we can handle that in a second. That'll be the opening up of the RP for the next day.
Yes.
Akuji, for your long rest, what are you doing?
She'll just be repairing her armor and covering her health that she lost in tending to her bullet wounds and trying to she's probably got the bullet still in her side, so probably try and pull it out.
Okay, so using some of your magic, I'm assuming you're going to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and make those checks for me, please. Tend to wounds and repair armor. Very good. Go ahead and click them, and you will heal and repair your armor slots.
Yay!
You hear the as the 3 bullets, or rather one of them actually, falls off out of your body, as the other 2 were more grazes than anything else. You will see that these particular bullets are round and domed in shape, as they are not the typical musket balls that you are usually accustomed to from what you saw in your travels. This is definitely a more modern design especially for a musket that Julius was using. Then again, you didn't get a close look at the actual gun, and you don't know much about guns. So.
Okay.
All right, and then repairing the armor, I'm assuming you're using the very basic concept of repair and with some of your magic to repatch it up.
Yep.
All right, and finally, Raylig, what are you doing?
So he'll clear his stress with the premium bedroll, and then clear an HP with the 10 wounds. He'll just pull out one of his bandages. And then, are people good on HP or stress? Like, how we doing, folks? Because I do have one extra, whatchamacallit. Although, actually, no. Okay, I guess it's only HP, because it looks like that's the only one you can do to an ally instead.
I do believe everyone did heal up.
Yeah, I just have that thing which cannot be healed.
Then I feel
disease
like
damage.
yeah, if it would be okay, then I think after like what he thought about with Mercon's condition, at some point other than when Mercon is with Beatrice, he would probably swing by Beatrice and like he'd have his notes open to earlier in his journal, and he'd ask her about like if there's anywhere in town that he could learn about different conditions. Like he's trying to dig into that more and trying to cross-reference with his notes.
Sure. So, first we will do Mercon's RP with Beatrice. So, you come down the stairs. It's a little later in the morning, about roughly 11 a.m. as far as you can tell. And when you do the awakening, there we go. Okay. When you do the awakening, you wake up, get your stuff done, enter that coughing fit, and you go back downstairs to see Beatrice tending to the bar. She grins at you, and your sickly-looking appearance has faded. You look normal again. And she leans over the counter and grins. Good morning, handsome. What can I help you with?
Morning, dear. Just recovering from my nightly work, and he does kind of lean onto the counter. How was everything last night while I was gone?
Oh, it was quiet. Not much to deal with. A bit of a shame that you weren't here to warm my bed, but beggars can't be choosers with men who are married to their work. Very much being coy, sarcastic. Was your night as successful as you wanted it to be?
Mercon's smile turns a little more plastic. Not very great. Perhaps we could talk about it in your space. I do need more of your medicine. There was a bit of a workplace hazard that took place with that.
She frowns a little bit as you mention this. Oh dear. Well, I suppose I can give it to you for a decent sum, considering it does take a little bit to make. How many did you lose? You lost all three.
He does. Mercon just kind of goes, you know I'm good for the money. He does kind of lean a little closer. If I told you how I lost all of them, would it make a difference? Just kind of grimace about it. The grimacing smile.
Mercon Silverbrook, it's a good thing you're adorable. It would not, considering that I still need to make the fucking tinctures, but for you, if it Depends on how many you need.
Just the standard 3 would be good.
Very well. She, like, you can very clearly see her looking down as she's doing math in her head. For you, about 8 handfuls. 80 crowns should do it. They're not extremely rare, but I still, if you want you, they would be a whole bag of crowns.
We'll subtract them from the amount that I've given you last night.
Of course, darling. They should be ready within an hour. I was already brewing some before you woke up, just in case.
You're a dear. And he does kiss her on the cheek.
You see her blush before she once again, before you pull away, grabs you by the collar and just kisses you full on the mouth. Very quick. No need to be so subtle.
Well, you have a perfectly good face to kiss. Why wouldn't I?
She just gently taps you on the side of the face with her hand before she lets you go. Is there anything else that you wanted to do, Murkon?
Other than collect his grab the money that he gave her, and then probably get ready to meet with the others. Not much else.
Okay. So go ahead and add 3 more of those tinctures to your number. As you can see, I left them in your inventory for that reason.
Yes.
But then reduce 8 handfuls from your gold count. And I will say that as you are being kissed full on the mouth, that is when Rayleigh approaches. As you're assumedly going in the basement to get your shit. Rayleigh, as you approach, Beatrice nods to you. What?
Well, he'll close the journal that he had open. It's, theoretically, if one were to want to learn about different ailments, perhaps related to respiratory fits or the expulsion of dark bile-like liquids. Do you know if there's a place in town that would have such reading material?
Well, from what I understand about that kind of thing, I would imagine that the Adventurers League has their little archives that they have stored in their little vaults. We don't have the typical apothecary, you see. Technically, I'm the apothecary. And she grins.
That's why I went here first.
You are a smart man, Rayleigh.
Is Murkon just in here? Like, Rayleigh just hasn't noticed yet?
No, you are in the basement getting your shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said as you're going into the basement, that's when Rayleigh approaches.
Okay. I was like, Rayleigh?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to gauge to at first. I was like, wait, is he here?
No. You
I'll
are.
tell you if Murkon was there.
It is just
He's
Rayleigh
so
or Rayleigh and Beatrice. Murkon's currently in the midst of getting his gold and putting it in his bag. So you have time.
It's so funny.
Would you be more descriptive on the type of ailment you are talking about?
Yes, he'll flip back open to the page where his quills. It's a condition. Again, this is all just theoretical,
Mm-hmm.
where one falls to quite violent fits of coughing and their eyes become bloodshot. There's a darkened color to that. And the veining in their eyes, and the bile they spit out is a mix of blood and almost a blackish color. It's a viscous liquid of a sorts. He's like scanning over his notes. It's truly a horrid condition.
She like ponders as she's putting a hand to her chin in thought, looking over your notes. That is a very, very interesting concept you have here. Very, very interesting. Well, if I saw such a thing, usually if I had to take a wild guess, it would have to deal with the upper respiratory tract, typically in the lungs, perhaps. There are quite a few different diseases that I have learned about in my studies within the halls of the Institute and within one of the many colleges in Ingenium. But if I had to take a wild guess, you said black, liquid, viscous, maybe a bit of blood, a lot of coughing. It could be many things, honestly. It's hard to pinpoint down anything from the black tar cough to the rattling shakes. There are plenty of diseases that kind of mimic each other, Rayleigh. I'm sure you know this by now.
Yes, and he's like writing those down next to the names of those diseases next to his notes. This one in particular, I believe that I've seen once before, while I was in the service of the Zaranova family in Londor. As you know, they headed the Sanita division there, which was in charge of maintaining public health. And while their means were questionable, to say the least, in most cases, there were times where he kind of like pauses as his face scrunches as he's remembering like seeing the kid with a similar condition.
You just remember the very faint in the back.
He kind of like flinches seemingly at nothing in front of Beatrice. They sacrificed an entire villages towards that front.
I think I know the incidents you're talking about. These would happen to be several of the villages that were burned to the ground, correct? And she does lower her voice a bit. Of mysterious circumstances, as they say.
He gives a weak nod. Not even the children.
It's a great shame that happened, but unfortunately, that information was not brought up to the scholars, so it was not recorded down, I'm afraid.
Then it's unlikely that the archive will have anything, if that's the case.
There is a shake of her head. It's hard to say, considering if it's interesting as to why the Sanita of your former family did not want to inform others about this. But if all the victims are burnt alive to a crisp and nothing is left of the disease, then I guess it's not really a problem. Out of curiosity, you said that you saw this firsthand, yes?
He like cleared his throat when she was like, yeah, it's no longer a problem. But he like looks up. Yes, I did. I was at one of those villages.
And you see her like pursing her lips forward. And hypothetically speaking, this entire village of yours that you saw, of course. And I wanted to keep in mind that nobody else is in the tavern as she's talking to you, except for your party. It's really early in the morning, or early enough that no one's at the tavern. And just out of curiosity, all of these people that were in the villages, were all of them having this same appearance with the bloodshot eyes, the coughing of the viscous black fluids? Did all of them have this appearance? Raylig, no, they did not. It was just a lot of them, but you saw several of them that were not even close to being sick like that.
Oh man.
The grip on his journal tightens, and like she sees his hands clench a bit, and he's like still looking down in his journal, and he just shakes his head.
And this is like she's asking out of curiosity as she's like gently clicking her nails together as she's like very much thinking about something. And were they all put together? Because I know how the Zarandova family works, really. Like, you can trust me. Did the were they all put together when, you know? Yes. They were.
It was more efficient, too. Tidied up the cleanup, they said.
So, none of them caught it from being too close and potentially sharing fluids with one another? As far as you could tell.
I do not believe so. Not from what I saw.
Make an instinct roll.
Right?
What is with your crits today?
Bro, you need to stop it.
Holy
Where were these?
shit.
Oh my gosh.
Max,
He's gonna roll like shit
Max.
now.
Max insight, you see Beatrice like see the heaviest sigh of relief as you say this, and she's like gently fanning herself and she's like breathing heavily. It's like, whew, that's good, it's very good. And you definitely see that she was, based on your knowledge, she was about to have a level of you anxiety attack.
You can see
He is
every pore
very
in her.
familiar with.
You can
Yes,
see
exactly.
every pore on her face.
Like she is sweating a little bit, and she
Kind of like a
actually
Cole Phelps moment. You can just see every detail.
she actually looks to you, Raylig, as she's like airing out her shirt from her neckline. It's like, yes, it's a little stuffy in here, I think. Yes.
No, it's the same as it always is. Is something the matter? I'm afraid to say it, but you're starting to look a bit like me at times.
What are you talking about? And you see her hair sticks up a little bit as it's frazzled, like a gnome would be.
That does not help your case, unfortunately. If there's something that you need help with, I would be more
there's
than
nothing
happy to
going.
assist.
Raylig Keefe, if you keep asking me questions about my personal life, I will not give you any more of my risotto.
Oh,
He shuts up at that.
God bless him.
She smirks a little bit, but it's like slightly fractured. Do we have an understanding?
My apologies. I didn't mean to pry about your personal life. I just mean to check on someone who I started to consider a friend. And he's like, getting up like from the stool he was sitting on, like, okay. I see how it is.
She grabs you by the shirt and sits you back down. She is surprisingly strong for her size. I appreciate the concern, but I am fine. Okay? She smiles at you. It's still fractured.
Makes sense.
Of course. Just know that if you ever do require assistance, I would be more than happy to oblige.
If I have the mouth at the time to tell you what I need, I will certainly have you lend an ear.
Yes, very, very well.
Now then, about these notes. I do not know exactly what this disease is that you're trying to research, or illness of some sort. But I do know that I can make certain remedies depending on the conditions and the effects that this disease might have on a person's body. It just depends on the symptoms. So I can make them something that can give them air. Something that can reduce the acid flow in their stomach. That can make them a bit more of sound mind. It just depends on the regions. So if you're interested in the types of regions I can sell you, or potions that I can make, that is something I can provide you. But unfortunately, the only place I can think of that has any information about anything is the Adventurers Guild's little library that they have.
Of course. Then I will aim to search in their archives if they'll allow it.
And as you finish that up, that will be you're working on a project to potentially find the source of whatever Murkon is going through. That is when Murkon comes back up the stairs. Murkon, you see that Beatrice is straightening out her hair as she's seeming to have finished a discussion with Rayleigh, and she gives you a smile.
He smiles back at Beatrice. He looks over at Rayleigh though, and the smile just kind of fades a little bit, a little more muted, before he makes his way back over to the counter and takes his seat.
All right. And I'm assuming Leonin and Kuji walk down, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The party gathers. Beatrice gives you a brunch-styled breakfast, which will be 4 crowns total. Whoever, if you just...
Murkon, of course,
Okay.
chips in.
How many crowns?
All right, so that's just 1 coin each from everybody. And considering the look that Murkon has on his face, Beatrice will give you all a nod as she disappears down into the basement, leaving you 4 to yourselves.
Yeah, Leah kind of has a I don't want to talk to anyone kind of face going on right now. As he enjoys the breakfast. Wow.
Yeah, Murkon kind of lets people settle in and eat their breakfast at first to get that all taken care of before he starts to speak up. Unless someone else has something to say.
No, Kuji will probably just eat, but she'll be kind of thinking as she doesn't know where the fuck they're gonna go. She seems to be pondering that in her mind.
Yeah, I think Rayleigh would just be trying to gauge what mood people are in after the events of yesterday.
Well, considering that it's just you four, Rayleigh, you would notice that Akuji looks confused, Leonin looks like a piss boy, and Murkon looks similar to you.
Oh yeah.
Kind of gauging everyone's reaction, but not talking until everyone seems to be eating their food or afterwards.
Yeah. Murkon gets through most of his plate, so he's done eating. He ate and he's done eating. But he does kind of like put his hands together and kind of waits to see how everyone else is doing.
Akushi will probably occasionally look at Murkon with kind of like an I'm sorry kind of glance. Because she does feel bad that she feels like she caused some of the shit, or she did cause some of the shit the
Sad
night
puppy
prior.
eyes.
Yeah! With big beady eyes.
The fucking Murkon.
She just...
Oh god. Murkon getting the fucking... Oh, I'm gonna find it.
You get any I'm sorry puppy dog
Yeah.
eyes. She doesn't know how to like say that to him. She's just sitting there moping and mauling, figuring out what to
Oh my
do.
god. Oh. And then he does look over at Leonin.
Oh my god, he's so cunty.
Yep.
You would
Angel
see
some dead eye shenanigans.
you would see Angel look between Murkon and Leonin, and then Leonin, you would feel a nudge in your side as Angel nudges you with his nose.
And give a little look.
He, in a very knowing manner of your mannerisms, he like looks at you and then side eyes Murkon, motioning you to look at your brother.
he gives he gives Angel a look, and that's just like, come on, really.
He glares at you.
Oh god.
He just like reluctantly stops like his like sulking expression and looks more neutral.
Murkon scratches his face as he kind of like brings together some words. All right then. I'll say one thing about last night. We did learn something's going on in that graveyard.
Yeah, I suppose we did.
Now, here's the problem about that. And he kind of leans forward, getting ready to get more into the talk. Julius, he don't really have anything to hide, considering they have the perfect alibi for why they would be in the graveyard, but I don't care what was going on. I was not the same person we've been dealing with beforehand. So I'm starting to think this whole other group they've been talking, we learned from that guy, is probably true. What this other group wants. They're either stationed, hubbed, or working on something in that graveyard. Made it very clear they don't want us back. Other than the fact that necromancy is kind of an issue right now, I feel like that's not the only reason why.
About the person in the armor. What did you get? What sort of rating did you get on them?
Only reading I got is that they love fucking attacking you from the back, and when they do, they fucking slam you through a wall. Other than that, I got nothing.
Akuji.
Yes.
This isn't to recall what they looked like. Go ahead and make a knowledge check to see if you can recall details of the armored individual, the armored woman. This will not generate a fear or a hope for you or me.
Okay.
I'd say that you were definitely more in a fight or flight mode, but you know one thing, this woman was very large and she was very strong. Definitely some power outside of that strength as well that you could tell from the way she swung the hammer, and the fact that her light emitted actual, or her body emitted actual light when you tried to use your magic to restrain her.
There was definitely something weird about she kind of stops and thinks about it again. My magic couldn't do anything to her, and I've never seen that before. There's some power there. She fucking sent you through a wall. She looks to Marqui.
Did she? I must have missed that.
Well, actually, you know, Marqui, God here, she sent you through a wall, just so you know.
Marqui, like, scratches his brow. I don't know anybody like that around here, and to be frank, if the Shadow Bark are moving around, I doubt there's someone that's going to be putting their face out in public, unlike Julius. I'm imagining he's the only thing public about them that they're using as a... I don't know what in the world he's doing with them or what they want from him, but if I were to wager anything, the fact that he can cover the graveyard himself is definitely one of those things, other than hired arms.
You don't suppose that she was one of the leaders that the bandit told us about? One of the cabal?
If she is, then whatever she was doing outside of that time, something tells me we definitely caught in on some sort of meeting they were going to have with them. Too bad I didn't have the space to do it, but at least we know that's a place that they guard, considering the threat that they put out.
Well, they said that the graveyard is off limits at night, but they didn't say anything about the day. Not that to be quite frank, I don't think we should go anywhere near there, but perhaps we could enlist some help with scouting the area somehow.
We could get some help, but there's one problem. We got no evidence. What are we going to tell them? That we got a hunch that maybe one of their most important people in the village is secretly a backstabbing spy for a group that seeks to do whatever they want against the village and hope that they want to join us in spying on them. If we're going to do this, we either need to find some sort of evidence that they're doing something, or we got to go about this on our own.
Have a clue of what exactly they're doing?
There is one individual who is privy to these. Well, besides Lady Lilith, we did inform her about the situation. And that is Ogren.
Could he do that we can't, though?
No offense to him, but what is he supposed to do?
He is an esteemed adventurer of the League. That means he has some adventures under his belt. Perhaps he could walk where we have already been found out, and maybe he could spot something. He's from here after all. It's possible that his ancestors are buried in that same graveyard. It would make a fitting alibi.
Murkon kind of like taps his fork into some of the brunch. He's doing a little bit of nibbling on it. And he also smells like piss all the time, so I don't know who he's going to try to convince to get working on that, but he is an adventurer. He starts to kind of like piece together an idea. There was a lot you guys learned from the books that we read, right? Was there any place that seemed seemed to be underground? Seemed to be, below ground?
I don't recall saying anything underground related. Looks to Rayleigh.
Well, wherever that coven operated in the forest previously, though I'm not sure where that location would be. It did appear to have an underground component. Some of the scenes we saw involved adventurers coming into that space from above.
Urkon crosses his arms as he lets that thought kind of run over him. So if there's a place in the forest that is underground, there's a good chance that there might be something underneath Bright Willow that we can reach. It is possible that there are paths I could connect. We may have a way to get to them without them realizing that we're going there in the first place. But we're not going to know unless we know the whole schematics of the city, which probably are in the archives, but we probably need to get clearance for that.
You think Lady Braithwaite will know?
I imagine she should. She had several bookshelves with books about the history of the town. Truly, I wished to read some of it, but it didn't feel appropriate at the time.
She does seem to be on that level.
If we're going to do it, we're going to have to do it fast. Because there's a good chance we might have to leave the city if we are caught doing any more meddling than we have. We got reputations, but it don't mean that they're going to keep us from getting away with doing all the stuff we wanted to for very long.
I think
People
it's also
start to-
best. Sorry, go ahead.
If people start to say anything, or if they start to get suspicious, it's not going to be very long before they find a way to get us out. Or worse.
I think it's best to try and stay away from Julius for the time being. As well.
Agreed. Last night he clearly was not himself, but it also felt as though he was receiving commands from somewhere. I've seen similar things in the past with other Otoma, and it
The night
felt
seemed to
a
be
bit
controlling
like
you.
that.
It seemed that bucket of bolts was quite easy to piss off.
Well, he's definitely got something in his ear that we don't. And last thing we need to do is give him anything to record or anything to catch on more. The fact that he has our faces located at the graveyard means that we are all going to be fugitives regardless. We're all suspects in his eyes.
We saved this bloody town. Here we are.
We get away with so much, no matter what you do.
If I didn't have so much respect for Lady Brightwillow, I would just say let this fucker burn personally.
Oh, yeah, that would have been a great look for Father. We found out there was more going on, and then the whole place burns down after we leave, and after everything we already got in trouble with, the last thing we need to do is do anything to leave this town worse than it was than when we left.
I get the feeling that's going to happen either way, considering how things are going. We get ourselves from not almost fucking dying another night.
Writes this down. Smiles.
Look what you've done.
Oh no, the consequences of your quinces for having a big name in this world. Crazy concept.
So, look, the last thing I want to do is give up on this. So we need to make a plan, and we gotta do it fast. I vote we look for what we can to get underground and see if we can get those paths to connect. But if we can check those books with Bright Willow, then we might as well just get that done out of the way. The more we know about what they're doing over at that graveyard, the better. And the easier we're going to have to do what we can to get in again.
I'm inclined to agree. If whoever is in league with the brigade in town sees us leaving further in the day, then perhaps they'll assume that we've just decided to heed the warning and leave.
I'll get a knife pissed off. What the hell, I'm in.
If there's anything we can do to save this town from ruin, whether it's for the sake of Lady Brightwillow or Beatrice's risotto, then I will do everything in my power to reach that end.
Angel can agree to those terms. Give him a little pat on the head.
He's got like his fist up, like inspirationally, and he's gonna rally the group.
For the risotto.
He said Lady Brightwillow first, but yeah, that came second. Sorry, Beatrice.
Not my boo. Mercon turns to see one more time to face the group. All right, if we want to make a plan, we're gonna have to make something that we all can follow. So, let's work on something that we can.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I can agree
going
to
out
that.
on our own missions, no longer a safe option. I agree, it wasn't much of a safe option in the first place, but neither here nor there.
Well, we could agree to disagree, but it wasn't a solo plan anyways. Regardless, I agree. Going alone at this point is going to be too dangerous. Their guard's up, and they're going to be looking for one person. And if there's only one person there, then they're going to find them. So, if we're going to move as a group. We got to move longer distances, but we're going to find a way to get around them. That's the only way we can do it. So, with that in mind, if we can find more schematics of the city, if we can find a way to get into that graveyard without going through the graveyard, then that's what we're gonna have to do.
Our first stop is to Lady Brightwillow. It's like we have a plan in motion.
Get to it.
All right, so you are heading to the Bright Willow Manor then, correct?
Yep.
All right. So,
me.
as you are about to leave, Marqui, I would imagine you would be the last one out the door as Beatrice stops you before you leave. Marqui, before you leave, just a moment.
He turns around.
And he would, or she would, motion you back in the back room of the kitchen, just very briefly. And she, in private, hands you the 3 tinctures of air. And you see that the glass seems to be a bit more durable, as there seems to be like a reinforced, you know how like sometimes certain test tubes have like that reinforced structure that prevents them from cracking?
Yeah.
So that's essentially what it looks like. Is it's there's like bits of iron on the outside and a steel ring around it, so that it's like quote unquote anti-fracture proof. I've modified it a little bit so that hopefully they do not break in your next encounter. I hope. It's not a guarantee, but yes. Also, not that I am I didn't make it. I'm spending a fear for this. I didn't make it obvious because I like him a lot, but he is really fucking stupid. Rayleigh was asking about a similar condition this morning that it sounded like you have. And she explains the conversation and the symptoms in very brief detail, more so the symptoms. And then she looks at you. Does your group know now about your condition?
Marqui takes a deep breath. It isn't getting better. Seems to be happening a lot more. And yeah, they saw it.
What? Just out of curiosity, what conditions were you in that caused the episode? And she takes out a small journal herself.
Marqui kind of thinks about it. Well, there's an argument with Leo. There was. It's always when I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Smack through a stone wall.
She stops writing. What?
Mercon kind of like, you could tell he was like tiptoeing around that.
Yeah.
Mercon kind of just like taps his arm, or taps his finger on his arm and goes, yeah, last night was not great. But seems whenever I get hit too hard, it starts to flare up some more.
She writes this down, not questioning you, surprisingly. So she notes this down. Extreme matters of stress, extreme physical exertion, a lot of damage done to the body, and when you wake up. Interesting. I will do a bit more work into looking more into this, because not only is it problematic for you, but it is quite fascinating. You are a very interesting case study, my dear.
Did she mention the village?
No.
Okay. What can I say? I'm one of a kind.
Yes, you are. She's writing in the book as she says this.
Yeah, like a little cheeky smile on it, and then he sees her writing, this just kind of like goes away. He goes, oh. Nothing. Like, turns away to kind of look towards the door and goes, I probably should get going to the group.
Yes, I'm assuming you still want me to keep this little transactional, I guess, doctor-patient confidentiality arrangement a secret, no?
Mercon seems a little bit uneasy about it. Sorry, man, that I kept enough stuff from him. I don't want Leo being more pissed off if he finds out more.
Okay, orders are sealed as long as you are.
Could you repeat that for me, DM?
I rushed through that one myself. My lips are sealed as long as yours are. And she looks up at you and grins.
Like a lock.
Indeed. And she will... You see her applying something to her lips. Well, in order to maintain the cover, and she slides over a chair, steps on it, and proceeds to kiss you several times over the face. To, like, basically cover you in lipstick marks. There we go. That should keep the cover well enough, I think.
Mercon blinks, very much smiling. Claim your mark or something.
Yes. She smiles.
Right then. And then he smiles. I'll see you later then.
Oh, I certainly hope so. No more going through walls, yes?
Mercon looks like he's about to say something. He has like a dumb little smile. He's like, yeah. Like he was going to say something. He just nods his head and walks out.
You walk out, and as Mercon walks outside, the three of you would notice that he has a bunch of lipstick marks on his face in a red color. Hair's a little messy with the little bit that's under his hat.
It was just like figures.
Relic's eyes just go wide and he looks away, remembering the obscene things that he telepathically saw unwillingly.
Forgot about that.
Even in the face of his own death, he's still gonna get some. Oh, I'd do it too.
Murkon like smooths out his hair a little bit. He like adjusts his clothes. Goes, all right, let's get going.
All right, and
even that gets a little small smile out of Leonin.
as you
Smile.
as you all proceed, led by Raylick and Leonin and Angel for that matter, to the manor, approaching the gate. The house guard stops you. Same exact interaction from before, as they briefly talk, like putting a finger to their ear, like there's an earpiece, but there's nothing you can see. The gate eventually does open, and the house guard looks at you and nods. She'll be with you in a moment. She's in a meeting with someone. Just wait in the foyer, and he'll be good to go. And
Not word.
sorry. Okay.
Sorry, my voice went away there for a second.
All
Kuji will
good.
nod and she'll just walk through.
All right. So you guys do make your way back into the Bright Willow Manor. And as you do, you hear some muffled conversation from where you waited last time. You saw that there was a waiting room and a door to Lilith's office where you guys talked, where her little parlor slash study slash lounge slash den was. It's multiple types of things for well-mannered office. And you hear this like muffled conversation. And you hear the voices start to come to a head as the door slowly opens. Well, let us hope that no other intruders will make the same mistake twice in the evening. I don't think that they know any better. They don't know our ways here. And you hear a familiar voice that is not helmeted anymore. I do not think that they are that stupid. They seemed pretty reasonable, especially after the force I applied. You didn't kill them, did you? No, I didn't kill them. And the voice pauses and looks at you. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Oh, fuck.
Do we get to see the
Oh shit!
So,
Bro, we walked straight into that.
I had a feeling, I'm like, we're either gonna walk into the night or we're gonna fucking walk right into Julius talking to her. I'm like, it's gonna be one of the fucking two.
Do we get to see her face
I heard
before the session ends? I have to know.
I heard the music change and I'm like, oh shit.
I will show you off stream. But yeah, no. Thank you guys for watching. We will hopefully be back next Monday for some more intrigue and hopefully these intrepid heroes figuring some shit out. Other than that, have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.